Oh. Yeah. So we back after Hurricane Beryl. Sorry about the delay. We had a problem. We had an electricity problem. Now we're having an air conditioner problem. We assumed that it was because the air conditioning system had to work so hard to get back after the scorching, ungodly heat and humidity of Houston, Texas during mid July, or I'm sorry, early July to mid July, that it broke the air conditioning system. So, unfortunately. Yeah, so even machines break down, not just people, but not just biological creatures, but machines break down too, unfortunately. And so, entropy, everything goes into disordered state. So, for life, the disordered state is death or malfunction and death. And for machines, entropy breakdown is malfunction and also a machine sort of death, I guess, an ending to the machine. So, anyways, that's very sad, but it's true. Everything breaks down. System of the down. Yeah, I know. Some people said, "Why don't you play System of the Down?" And then I know my family came in the room. What are you doing? Yeah, they always love to bust me when I'm playing System of the Down or I'm playing some heavy metal or some Marilyn Manson. They're like, "Shut it up! It's so evil! It's so heavy! It's so loud!" Yeah, I know. That's what happens if you don't make enough money not to live away from your relatives. Then when you're jamming Marilyn Manson or Metallica or System of a Down, then they come in and bust your chops because, well, you live with them. So they harp on you for stuff that you shouldn't be harped on for listening to System of a Down. You know what I mean? So, but if you live with your family, you live with your mom and dad, you live with your brother, your cousins, your roommates, or whoever, you're jamming System of a Down. You have a big fucking house. You have a big fucking condo. But they hear System of the Down and Marilyn Manson and Metallica. Oh my God. It is like the evil apocalypse of hell. If they hear you jamming fucking Judas Priest, it is the apocalypse to them, right? Okay. But to them, it's like, oh my God, you play loud, heavy metal, angry music. When they hear you listening to Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor, oh Lord, the sky is falling. Yeah, so that's what happens if you don't make enough money. You don't have enough money, control, and power to tell everybody to go fuck themselves. That's what happens. Yeah. So if you have enough money, control, and power in this world, then you get to decide the script. You say, I feel like listening to Marilyn Manson and Metallica right now. I feel like listening to System of a Down. And nobody's going to stop me because, well, I have my own house. I have my own money. Are they going to come in here and stop me and yell at me? Good old English. Oh, yeah. Well, old English. It's like William Shakespeare. To beer or not to beer? That is the question. To beer or not to beer? The William Shakespeare. One of my favorite poets from the old English days. Yes, of course. No, it's a fancier beer than Old English, I think. Old English was quite expensive at the Quickie tonight. So it was the 8% high gravity steel reserve Molson Coors. Is that a 211? Slow brewed for exceptionally smooth flavor. The high gravity lager, 8.1%. So we have they say gravity or quantum to make the beer sound fancy. Okay, so somebody in the ghetto is like, man, I gotta find the shit that the elite people are drinking. You know what I'm saying, dog? And you're in there and you're like, it says quantum beer. Oh, that sounds like what the riches are drinking there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's the gravitational beer. Oh shit, they're making space-time continuum beer. Wow. Space-time continuum beer. My favorite. They're like, yeah, so it's like a way to, right? You call your beer something fancy, like you call it the quantum continuum gravitational, still reserve. Haven't had one in 15 years. Laugh aloud, good times. They make it sound fancy, like it's all, like you're drinking Star Wars beer or some shit, Star Trek beer or something. Warp dried beer, where no man has gone before, dog. Or some shit like that. Warp speeder beer. Go where no one has gone before, the galaxy far, far away, dog. Yeah, it'll definitely put you on another planet. A long time ago, in a land far, far away, in a time, in a space-time continuum that y'all don't even comprehend. Or some shit. It'll definitely put you on another planet for sure. Yeah. they're getting sci-fi with the beer. They're getting like science fiction with the beer. They're getting like into quantum mechanics when they're talking about quantum mechanical beer. Beer so good, you'll live in the past. You'll time travel. They have like time traveling beer. They had the hot tub time machine. They should have like the time travel beer. Time travel beer. Hot tub time machine. It's like, oh shit, I have a chance to hook up with that girl when I was 19. Like you drink a beer when you're like 50, and all of a sudden you're like young again. 13 going on 30, and then you're like, oh shit, I have a chance with Rachel now. Oh fuck. They make a movie called Time Travel Beer Keg. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's for the folks out there. The Time Travel Beer Keg. Yeah. If I was in Hollywood, I'd be making some retarded ass, some whack ass movies, man. I'd be making some crazy ass movies. I'd be like my pitch meeting to the executives. Hey, what if they had like a time travel beer keg? Remember they had hot tub time machine? Do a cut, you go forward. Do a kickstand, you go back in time. Yeah, it was like what was like chug it. Yeah, with the I didn't really learn much in school. Like it was bogus from the beginning. It's like in the first grade I was bumped up because I guess they said I was part of the genius level thinkers or something, so I got bumped to a higher grade. And they said in Texas they had 12 levels of genius and smartness. It's probably because I grasped the English language, the alphabet faster than I was reading. My reading level and my speaking level was higher probably than the other kids. That's probably why they thought I was not good at math and science, STEM fields. So I wasn't like, Ted Kaczynski. I wasn't like blazing like, 5 levels out or, I wasn't like, well, part of, doing successful in school, you actually have to give a fuck about it, right? So even Einstein failed, fucking math because he just didn't give a shit. So, to succeed, you have to give a shit, right? That is a component of success is giving a shit, I think. I think that's an idea. So, So school for me, public education system, was boring. Bored me to death. Boring. Because in the public education system, the federal government education system, you don't learn anything that's useful for life. You don't learn ethics or morality or, yeah, right. They just make dumb, obedient workers like George. You just make drone workers. Right, exactly. They don't want people breaking the mold or being smart or questioning authority, or they try to control all those people. MK Ultra, CIA, the federal government, the feds, the federales. You're right. They just want obedient insect slaves, right? They don't want people questioning, oh, what is this? Right, exactly. They don't want people breaking the mold. They don't want people bucking the system, right? They want the system to be in control. They don't want people to break out. Exactly. So they just want, right, like George Carlin used to say, they just want obedient workers, just smart enough to punch in and punch out and pay the taxes and send it to the feds. That's all they want. That's all they ever dreamed of. Just obedient worker drone slaves, right? So no wonder they're monitoring our children. That's what they're looking for. Is the gifted and talented program in the public education system a government program to figure out who is smart and who is not, who is thinking and who is not? And buy a house big enough to hold your stuff while you work, right? Oh, great. Yeah. They don't want... Are they afraid that we're going to discover some truth about reality or spirituality or make contact with aliens and they won't be in control? Do the federal government, do they just fear that they're going to lose control? Does government in general just fear that they're going to lose control of people? They're going to lose control of not just the money, but they're going to lose control of people spiritually, intellectually. They're going to lose so much control that they'll be out of business. I think they fear us, venturing out and making a difference and understanding. I think that they really fear us making contact with aliens, because then we could buck the whole system. We could we could beat the whole system. Because if we make contact with extraterrestrials, we can make deals that they will have no control of. So there wouldn't be a hierarchical command structure. We wouldn't have overlords, no gods, no masters. We would be kings in that particular scenario. So, yeah, they fear we understand the true nature of reality, the true nature of Earth, true nature of humanity, the true nature of the cosmos and all life. They fear that we'd understand all that. Yeah. But then again, I understand that point, but you got to understand that, okay, so NASA or the James Webb Space Telescope or the AI from Microsoft says, well, there's 2 trillion galaxies in the known observable universe. Yeah, people are complacent. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I guess it all went downhill with TV. Oh, yeah. The military, industrial, pharmaceutical, technological state media complex. I don't just call it like in our great-great-grandfather's day, General Dwight D. Eisenhower. I don't just call it the military industrial complex. I call it, in terms of the system, what I call it is the military industrial pharmaceutical. Because you have the drugs to control people and enslave people, right? The pharmaceutical, technological, Silicon Valley, all the tech, controlling everybody, controlling their thoughts, banning certain words and phrases, banning creativity, banning discourse, banning freedom of speech, the Bill of Rights. You have a technological system that's increasingly authoritarian and technocratic, that's crushing human ingenuity and creativity, trying to control it all And then you have the state media propaganda complex, which completes the whole circle of that whole entire system. And then they want to gaslight people. So they want to say, like, Joe Biden's not old. He just had a bad night. Oh, no, he didn't just say that Australia was Alabama. You never heard that. He didn't say, well, folks, I'm glad to be in Australia when he's in Alabama. You have the media that's gaslighting the American public. You didn't see that. He didn't say that. He didn't confuse Egypt with Mexico. No. He didn't confuse Australia with Alabama. No, you guys are just conspiracy theorists. Y'all are just racist. Right? So it's like, what the fuck is the American public supposed to, how are they supposed to trust such a gaslighting, lying organization like the propaganda Biden-Harris regime, Democrat Party, state-run news media, ABC, NBC, CBS, MSDNC, and CNN? I mean, it's bullshit. They're trying to, like in George Orwell, 1984. You didn't see that. No, don't trust your eyes, your ears. Oh, don't do that. Oh, God forbid you think for yourself. Just listen to what we say is the most important thing, right? Fuck them. Fuck Joe Biden, too. Fuck that old fart. Fucking stupid-ass bitch. Fucking old, corrupt piece of shit. You know why people don't mess with Joe Biden? They don't think he's got that much long anyway. So that's why they do it. They're like, well, Grim Reaper's standing right around the corner. So they're like, what? Like even like 18-year-old radicals, are sitting around like, hey, I think the Reaper's right around the corner. Why are we putting ourselves in jeopardy here? So what it is, we're like, this guy's too old, to do shit. I mean, it's really like, this guy's too old to curse at. This guy's too old to, I mean, people aren't gonna risk their entire futures for a guy who's only got like fucking 3 months to live anyway, dude. So who the fuck? Why would you waste your time? I mean, it's like my grandma was like 84, and it's like, why would you push her off a cliff, man? She's already off the cliff, dude. Yeah, I love my grandma. That's an example. I'm just saying, like, you ain't got that much time, dude. The hourglass, the sand's running out, bro. It's called life. It doesn't last forever. So, yeah. I know there's religious nutcases out there, and they're like, this is going to last for eternity. I know the Bible thumpers and stuff. That's fine. Did you save your soul? Are you prepared to go to the next level? Yeah, I get it. I mean, if you believe that, well, we live in a free country. You're allowed to believe that. Now, what I can't handle is when some guy's like, did you hear the word of Jesus? And he's like, hit me over the head. Now, that motherfucker pisses me off. But sometimes I don't get pissed off and say, he's just really a passionate guy. And I just let it go. But sometimes if it gets, in a situation where I can't, I'm like, okay. Yeah, Jesus, God, blah, 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 blah. Let me fucking live my life, dude. Give me a fucking breather, bro. Give me a fucking break. If it gets that bad, if it gets Carrie level, we get the mother, oh, you can't look at a penis. You're such a bad girl. You're going to hell. If it gets that bad, where you can't do anything, you can't go anywhere, fuck that. You know what I mean? You can't lick a pussy. You can't suck on a titty or something. I'm like, fuck y'all. Suck my dick. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. If it gets so suffocating you can't go, dance to some music and have a beer or something, it's like, fuck these people. You know what I mean? Fuck these people. Fuck them. Oh, you went to the beach. You look at a girl's tits. Oh, you're going to hell. If it's these fucking douche. Oh, man. My name is, oh my gosh, your name is Carrie. Oh, yeah, yeah. Woo. It's like, oh, you lusted for another man. You're so evil. It's like, good God. Man, do you think God didn't want people to have fun or chill or like have a dance? Or I'm not saying God wanted people to be poon hounds and shit like that, try to be pimps and whores and gigolos. And I'm not saying he wanted people to be nasty and get STDs. Yeah. Like, dude, just let people have a little fun. It's not bad. Let people have a little fun. I'm not saying let them have fun all the time. Just every once in a while, drink a brew, dance to the music, kiss a girl, have some fun, dude. Life doesn't last forever. Have a good time. Enjoy it while it lasts. Look at a sunset. Check it out. Check out a red bird. Smell the roses. Watch a butterfly. Do something nice. Go camping. Go fishing. Go enjoy it. Just relax. Just go enjoy something nice. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be here forever. So might as well get a good view of it. Might as well make a friend. Might as well just relax. Yeah, the world might be ending. The world might be going towards the biblical apocalypse, but still, just have a good time. Yeah, watch the chickens run about the yard, enjoy the sunsets, right? I know, man. So, Carrie. Yeah, that's a pretty name, though. Even though that's a crazy Stephen King, novel. And, yeah. I don't agree with Stephen King politically, but I'd like to read The Stand and Dark Tower. I enjoyed, of course, The Shining. I was born in 1980. Really, I know Shelley. Rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. Yeah, what a great talent. Yeah. So, rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. Yeah. I always admired Stanley Kubrick for his daringness in art. And just his boldness in his art, his cinema, So, Stanley Kubrick, a master of cinema and free thought in Western society. Is a voracious reader. He read. My friend had Anthony Burgess' novel, A Clockwork Orange. But, me and my friends watched the movie. Most of my friends in high school in the late 90s or early 2000s watched A Clockwork Orange because it was, a naughty movie, I guess. It's a pretty wide, it's an extreme movie. Is it NC-17 or is it at least rated R? It's a pretty extreme movie. But the movie isn't about, I know the Stanley Kubrick movies, there's titties, there's young girls' titties, there's butt sex, there's menage a trois, there's a lot of sexual imagery and stuff. I don't think that's what his movies are about. He might like young girls butt naked. Maybe as a filmmaker, he takes the time to get a 21-year-old girl butt naked with big floppy tits and has the three-way sex, and he has a little pornography in his movies. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't know the guy. He died in 1999 when I was 19. But his movies were always about something. Deeper than just... I think sex is a foil. I think sex is a stimulant. So I think it's like The Shining isn't about sex. Or, I'm sorry, the Clockwork Orange isn't about sex. It's about government brainwashing, like MK Ultra. It's about the Manchurian Candidate. It's about the central theme of A Clockwork Orange is, can you rehabilitate somebody who's evil or wicked? And that's an interesting film because it tackles. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, sex sells to sell a topic. So, right. So maybe some guys wouldn't watch a movie about, government mind control. But then all of a sudden there's naked women everywhere. And then suddenly guys go to the film, right? because it's like some kind of, it's like a dog. Like a dog doesn't go anywhere if you have celery, but if you have like a bacon, then they all come. I guess there's a certain marketing aspect, I suppose. Yeah, I never read the original novel, so I don't know how big time Stanley Kubrick deviated from the source material. But The Shining was a Stephen King novel at first. I didn't read all Stephen King. Want a woman to watch an action movie, put a love story in it. Yeah, yeah. So that's why that stuff is in there. Yeah. So want a man to watch a deep movie about philosophy or politics or a deep conversation, put naked women in it. And then if you want a woman to watch a movie, an action movie, then put a love story in there, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good. I never really thought of. I should think about things from I think about things from like a man perspective is like win or lose, do or die, victory or death. That's like the man mindset, and like a woman mindset is different things. So it's good to get a female perspective from time to time. That isn't so narrow. It's just like win or lose, do or die, victory or death. Like that's the way men think. And I don't know if women think that way, but definitely guys, we think that way all the time. It's either winners or losers, doer or diers. It's either go or don't go. It's kind of it's a masculine way of thinking. So, which isn't bad if you're a man. That's just the way you think. But it's good to get different, perspective from the opposite sex. To kind of have a different viewpoint of it. Yeah, but one of the most, the best, I wanted high school to have more, better classes. Most of it was bullshit. I wanted to have like changing tires. Even the Fast and the Furious had love stories in them. Dom Toretto, Paul Walker. Yeah. Yeah, I grew up with those, not because I was a car head. I'm not really a car racing junkie. But I worked in movie theaters from like 1997 to about 2003. And so I remember the first Fast and Furious. And I didn't hate it. I wasn't a racer. But in Houston, Texas, there were a lot of racers. And there was a lot of people that would love to go race and do Fast and Furious stuff for real. I was never a speed car freak, but I mean, I could understand these people, And there was this guy who was Asian that liked to, race. And when I was showing the movies, his name was Zedong or some shit. He was an Asian guy. And they call him Tokyo Drift because he was Asian. Everybody made like racer cars because of those movies. Yeah. And at first I wasn't into it, but what happened was, I watched The Blue Lagoon with Josh Brolin, and I had a crush on Jessica Alba ever since I was like 24 years old, since she was 24 years old. And I'd go to see all the Jessica, and then my mom would be like, oh, that's Scott's girlfriend, Jessica Alba. I was like, yeah, right, like in a fantasy world. Like, oh, yeah, Scarlett Johansson is my wife, too, right? And so is Sydney Sweeney and whoever. But so is Christina Ricci is also my wife as well, and Aubrey Plaza, right? So then, also my wife is Jenna Ortega, right? And then, or whatever. But then Paul Walker died and doing the donuts, doing his stunts. And I went and saw it. I went and saw Fast and Furious 7. And I'd been in the movie theaters all my life. And I wouldn't go see those movies. I thought they were just, whatever. and then eventually I got into it. Well, I was a Vin Diesel fan. It wasn't racism or anything. It wasn't like it wasn't like I didn't like Italian people. I didn't like black people. I didn't. It wasn't that. I just didn't. I wasn't a car guy, right? I mean, I was a car guy, like driving to work and back, but I wasn't like a real like a dude who was into car like Fast and the Furious. I wasn't into that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being part of the motorcycle or car club or anything. It's just I'm more into like you know, I know kind of wild quantum physics. I'm into like, art and singing. I'm into more like science and the arts. Like I'm not really into urban, car club and stuff. I'm just not into that. It doesn't interest. I mean, like cars do interest me, but the culture of it, not so much. You know what I mean? So it's like the likelihood of me joining a racing club in Houston and drag racing, and rice burning through the night like Fast and Furious. The likelihood of me doing that is really low because I'm not really interested in it. That's not my particular focus. I'm more interested in quantum mechanics, quantum science. I'm interested in theoretical physics, astrophysics. I'm not really interested in, rice burning or Fast and Furious and yeah. I'm not disrespecting it. Yeah, I'm not trying to put it down or anything. But yeah, I understand why people were into it. I could have easily been into it if I was into it. It's just yeah. But when I saw the Paul Walker died, and I saw the Fast 7, I was like, damn, this movie is fucking great. It's like I miss that dude too, man. It's a tragedy. Guy died, and it's really sad. So. Like I read 2 or 3 Harry Potter novels, but I was not really a Harry Potter fan. I read it because it was the hottest thing or whatever. So I read 2 or 3 novels. I can't read 7 novels about wizards. I read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings because that's only one children's novel about wizards, and it's only like 3 books about wizards. But reading the whole Harry Potter, like 7, 8 books about wizards, it's like that's too much wizard. I can't read 10 books on wizards. So by like the second or third book, I said, okay, I'm not really into this. So I had to admit to myself I wasn't about the wizard shit. I'm about the Lord of the Rings wizard shit, but I'm not about Harry Potter shit. And I realized, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I just I don't know why it took off. I don't even know why it's popular. I don't hate it. Some people just love it, and I don't know why. You know what? I will say this: Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I really enjoyed that one. It's a really good one. So, if I could say anything about the Harry Potter series, I really like Harry Potter. The first book's really good. It's like Batman. It's Batman, right? The kid is orphaned by the evil master. They made really good movies, yeah. You're watching for some of that Hermione. Oh yeah, some of that Hermione. Some of that Emma Watson. That's Hermione. Yeah. Who was watching for a little Hermione? Was I watching for Hermione? No, I'm saying the plot of Harry Potter is kind of like Batman. Like the plot of it. The plot of Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, is kind of like Batman, right? You lose your parents, You get scarred emotionally or physically, and then you have to fight the dark demon to redeem your parents. Right. I'm saying the theme of Batman and Harry Potter, they're very similar. I'm not saying they're not exactly like alike. I'm saying like the story structure is very similar, right? Yeah. Yeah. So it's like Batman loses his parents when he's an orphan, he becomes an orphan, and then, but Harry Potter's situation is more terrible because he has to live with the Muggles. Bruce Wayne's orphan is still terrible. His parents were assassinated by criminals, but he grows up with Alfred and he's super rich. Harry Potter, he grows up poor and he's in the cupboard and he has the fucking Muggles and there's people that put him down. So Harry Potter's Batman experience is way worse than Bruce Wayne's. Honestly, it's way worse. So yeah, I love you, Mom. Yeah, I love you. You're the best.
Well, I'm glad that we got a lot of work done today.
Oh yeah.
Then the AC went to hell.
Oh yeah. We did it really early while I was getting this good. I love you, Mom. Thank
So
you.
you got me motivated.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I love you, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the greatest. All
Well,
right.
I
Go
had
play some
plans
guitars.
for tomorrow to wash my bed sheets and your bed sheets, but if we don't get the air fixed till Friday, I don't know.
All right, then we'll start it up on Friday. That's fine for the weekend.
But I'm gonna go get an AC unit or something.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. Okay.
Unless you're all sold out from the
Oh no.
hurricane.
All right. I love you. Yeah. Stupid. Harry Potter. Yeah. Harry Potter is probably a better person. Yeah, that's true. Harry Potter is probably a better person than Batman. Yeah. Because Batman didn't have to suffer as much. Yeah, that's true. With the damn Muggles. So the Muggles. We're like the Thuggles. Thuggles? What about the Huggles, Don? Alright. Whoa! Ah! So we got an ice cold beer. Ice cold beer. Killeen, Texas. Right, I've been there before. Right, how to do a job there. Right. Military town. Right. Exactly. Well, we went to Killeen. My aunt and uncle had a business called Austin Technical out of Dripping Springs. It was working for my aunt and uncle's business. You thought, well, you're working for your family, so it's going to be better than working for strangers. And, no. Your uncle or your dad expects you to work on weekends and work nights after you've been working all day. Your aunt and uncle or your dad or your mom or your brother or your sister expects you to work. A lot of people think if I work for my family, well, it's going to be better, right? No. They want you to work on Friday night after you've been working all week. Okay. So it was one of those situations. I've been working for Austin Technical, my aunt and uncle's business, all week. And Uncle comes in. It's Friday at 7 or something. He goes, hey, we got to go to Killeen. We got a job out there. You mind going out Friday to Killeen? So we head out. Yeah, because I'm young and stupid. I'm like 26 years old. I'm like, sure. Wherever you send me, dude. You want me to go to Dallas? You want me to go to Amarillo? Fucking, we're going. Whatever. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about my life. I was thinking, well, I work for this company, so I'm like, fucking, whatever. Yeah, never mixed family with business. Yeah, it's a hell. So me and this guy Christian, this guy's literally, this dude's called literally Christian, but he's a really nice guy. Thank God. If he was an asshole or something, whatever. But thank God this guy was as sweet. This guy was fucking so nice. I mean, I know they say nice guys finish last, but this dude was so fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, if I was gonna go on a mission with any motherfucker in the fucking world, it would have been Christian, because he was so fucking mellow. He was so chilled. And so we do this appliance, this night run to Killeen, and there's a lot of retired veterans, and we go. The job we have to do is replace the oven at a African American couple's house. These are Air Force retirees, and now, mind you, I don't know about racial jokes. Okay. I don't know about racist jokes, because I'm not real racist, so I don't know a lot of racist jokes yet. Okay, so I didn't know. Now, this is the preface of it. I didn't know that people used fried chicken and African American to make a racist joke. Okay, so this is what happened. But we're replacing an oven in an African American people's place, right? With two white guys. So we go in, we're like, yes, sir, we got your oven, we're ready to get it, we're ready to replace. And he's like, all right, come on in. And he's like, yeah, we're retired folks. And stuff like that. It's an African American couple, and the guy's been in the Air Force for a while. He's retired, they got a nice house and everything. But their oven needs to be changed out, so we're working on that. And so anyways, I didn't know about black people fried chicken. I didn't know that was a bad joke to do. So I'm 25, 26, stupid, naive. I look at the oven. Christian, I help him lift the oven. We put it in. We take the old one out, put the new oven in, and I say, damn, that's a big oven. You can make a lot of fried chicken in there. And then Christian's like, shh, what the fuck, dude? And I go, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was a joke. I was saying that you can make a lot of chicken in the oven. No, I didn't say fried chicken. I said, damn, that's a big oven. You can make a lot of chicken in there. And I was like, and he was like, shh, shut up, dude. You didn't know that. Don't say chicken and black people at the same. I said, no, I didn't know that was a bad. I'm talking about the oven, about the chicken. I'm talking about the chicken producing capability of this oven. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying. Fuck it. All right. So anyways, but the crisis was averted. The oven was okay. We said, thank you, vets. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. God bless you, and good night. And thank God we got other. We went back from Killeen back to Austin, but that was a close one. All right. But at Austin Technical, my aunt and uncle's business, and then I had to go to the warehouse to do the parts stuff. I'm working out there, and for the jobs, and like I look across the street, like South Austin, I see this thing. I've never seen it before. It's like they have drive-through porno. I've never seen that before. Drive-through porn. And I'm loading up the truck, and I'm seeing, incels and dudes going through drive-through porn so they can jack off and stuff. And I'm like looking like, I'm seeing like perverts and shit. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. They have a drive-through X-rated. They don't have this shit in Houston. Like, only in Austin would you have this fucking jack-off incel bullshit. Like, I can't. I mean, it's drive-through porn. The guy's like, yeah, what? Big Black Butts, part 5. Shit. He's like ordering it like it's like fucking Burger King. And I was like, I never drove through there myself. It's just like, I was working and then I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Did I ever drink at 6th Street? Oh yeah. I went to 6th Street one night. Yeah. I went when I was 18, I went to the Capitol. And now my friend Christian he's a non-drinker, he's a non-smoker, he doesn't do shit. So no drugs, no nothing. He's very clean. In fact, he liked music like me. He liked Jethro Tull and blues music. He goes to concerts a lot like me. But he always complains about the drugs, about the weed, about the drink, about the stink. This dude goes to Antone's Blues Pub, and he's like, fuck, they're fucking smoking again, those motherfuckers. And like, he gets really pissed off, right? Well, he doesn't say motherfuckers because he's Christian. But he's like, damn it, I was going to see blues bands, but some guy smoked. And he's like one of those he's really pissed off about that stuff. And I understand where he's coming from. But I don't like, if I'm going to the concert, I don't like being fogged out either, dog. And, but I don't like when I'm in Van Halen and somebody's everybody's smoking reefer and I can't fucking see, it's fucking skank. I don't like that shit either. So I went to, when I was 22, before my aunt and uncle had a business, they didn't have a business there until like 2005. My stepdad kicked me out, or I kicked myself out or something. I had problems with my stepdad, and because he's not my blood, right? I have problems with my uncle if he's not. You have a problem with step family because they're not your blood. They don't understand you. So you're more forgiving. If you have your biological mom and dad, your biological uncle and aunt, or grandpa and grandpa, then they kind of understand. They're your blood. They understand your problem. They just inherit. They just know what you're going through. Like blood people, a lot of times they know they're your blood. They know your struggles. They know your problems because they lived it. They know what it is. But other people that just married in, they don't fucking know what your deal is or what you're about, or they don't care. So, I go to Austin, and I just go. I just like fuck my parents. I was like 22 years old or something. I just go out to Austin, Texas, man. I hit the street, and I only have like $200 or something. I just wander around Austin like a Linklater movie or something. I just enjoy myself, I'm just like, well, until I run out of money, of course. But so I went to 6th Street. I spent a lot, because I was like 22 and I started drinking at the bars. This one guy's like, I have a beer. I'm from Australia. He starts, exciting me about Australia. I had no idea that he was gay. He's gay. And he's like, hey, come back to my place. We'll tell you more about Australia and shit, right? So I go back to the Radisson, or the downtown Austin hotel, and the guy's like trying to slip me his wiener, but he's like fucking wasted. And I'm like, yeah, oh shit, I fell for this. All right, so the dude is like fucking squirming like, I guess he's an Australian businessman or something. He's gay, he's homosexual, and I was like, I am not gay. So I was like, maybe I looked around for his wallet to steal that shit and run out the Hilton because I needed money at the time. But so anyways, I ran out horrified of his hotel room. He's trying to grab my wiener or something. But I got fucked up on 6th Street so bad that I didn't know who I was hanging out with and shit. It was just fucking crazy. At first, he presents himself like what the Predator will do at the bars. They'll be like, "Oh, hey, I'm in Austin. I don't know. Do you know what Texas is all about, my bloke?" And shit like that. And then all of a sudden, you're like, "Come back to my hotel. Oh, here's my wiener." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck," you know? It's like, I'm not into that, so I'm out of here. I'm not into that queer shit. So I was fucking, dude, I was running out of there so fast. Thank God he was so fucked up that I couldn't move. I could have stole his wallet and fucking just ran out of that bitch. I didn't, you know, because unfortunately I'm a good person. But I should have looked for his fucking wallet and grabbed the fucking ducats and fucking ran. And I should have just stole like $1,000 and fucking ran out of that bitch because that dude was fucking gay as fuck. So, it's just stupid. No, what I remember, he said, he's like, Americans say beer, talking about Australia. So I'm like interested in, my family has always been interested in Australia. In fact, my stepdad and my mom and my family, they all want to go to Australia. And this guy was like, well, we don't say beer. We don't say beer. We say beer. And I was like, beer? Instead of bitch, do you say biatch? You know, I was like, instead of here, do you say here? And I was like, please. All right. Instead of saying here, do you say here? Instead of beer, do you say beer? Please tell me more. I want to hear about the beer, but I don't want the queer. You know? So, it was pretty gay. So, if you roam the streets of Austin, Texas, remember, there's a big gay community there. So, probably you're thinking, oh, I'm going to Austin. Oh, there's going to be some hot chicks or something. There could be hot babes there. But there's a lot of gay predators up in that 6th Street. There's a lot of homosexual people stalking the night, looking for the young stud to get a busted nut, right? So you need to be careful out there, guys. If you're a straight homosexual male, you're trying to make it through 6th Street, you're trying to make it through Austin downtown, you need to get wise. There's a big-ass, gay-ass community out there. There's a lot of homos. You need to be, hey, Dreddy! Get your boy Dreddy getting ready. I'm coming back like the return of the Jedi. I need my fettuccine. I like it fetty. No, wait. You like your fettuccine Alfretti. That's better. Because you know I bet. Because I betty. Like Betty Boop. All right. Good. Let's finish up this brew. And, yeah. That's not my whole experience at Austin. That was just one night. I spent like 7 nights homeless in Austin. And, oh, man. I remember I was trying to get with this Polish girl, you know, Marzina, the hot blonde girl. But I didn't have a stable place, so I couldn't hit that ass because I didn't have like a stable job and stuff. So since I was wandering the streets, it was hard to, like, no, I probably would have hit that ass if, you know, I had a stable place. If I had a pimp, if I had like a what do they call it, like a pimp zone or whatever. If I had my own place and I was like, oh, my apartment's here. Oh, come on by. She would have been like, oh, I'm a nomadic wanderer and all that. But since I was just we met at the Tom Cruise, like a space IMAX movie. And so after that, but then, you know, I was too honest with her. I said, oh, I don't have a place. And she was like, oh, man, you must be a rapist. I was like, oh, fuck. Gave it away. And so if I had my own place, if that was like, if I had met like Marzina, the Polish wanderer at like, like in Houston. Oh yeah, guys be getting it living in the vans these days. Yeah, I know. Like homeless guys, like kind of getting it on now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe in the Bidenomics, but not in the Bushonomics. Yeah, guys be getting it on in the vans these days. But you gotta have like a chick magnet layer. Back in the day, you need to have like a pimp. You had to have like back in the day to get laid. You had to have like a fucking like independent thing. Homeless is new shabby chic. Yeah, that may be true. I live in a van by the river. What, the Chris Farley? He's like, I live in a van by the river. Or some shit. That was hilarious. Most of us are going to end up homeless in the end. Yeah. Yeah. With the Biden Harris. Yeah. We're fucked. Yeah. Looks like the elite. Yeah. I guess it's going to be like Blade Runner. Yeah. Costs don't come down. Right. It's going to be like Eldon Terrell, Jeff Bezos. They're going to be in the super. It's going to be one of the first movies ever that came out, a science fiction movie called Metropolis. Right? And they have the haves and the have-nots. And the haves are at the top. This is from 1929 or 1934, 1940 or something. It's like the movie is like an old movie. And it's like, so in this old science fiction movie, there's like Metropolis. It's called Metropolis. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But it's like, there's the rich, the bourgeoisie up in Cloud City. It's like Elysium. And then everybody else, the workers and the slaves are on the bottom. There's no middle class. And it's just like everything flows to the top. Yeah, oh, you see that one. Yeah. You see Metropolis. Yeah. It's great. It's a fantastic movie. But it's either 1929, 1939 or something. It's like way back in the day. Yeah, Metropolis. It's a genius movie. And so that's about class and social stratification. Now, maybe as a younger man, I thought I wouldn't enjoy early cinema. But I did. It surprised me when I was 18, 19, or 20 that I liked movies like Metropolis or... Yeah. But I did. I thought it was brilliant. So I really enjoyed watching Metropolis. So... Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna have a smoke outside. Ooh, love you. Is the smokes outside? Oh, okay. Thank you. Is the ashtray outside?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right. Love you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right. Exactly. That's a good observation. Like Social Security might work for my generation, or for my parents' generation, or maybe beyond, but it's insolvent. It is a major problem. So there'll be a time when you grow old. Yeah, yeah, it runs out by 2037. Right. Yeah, right now my parents and grandparents are claiming, yeah, that's really soon. Right. But the United States is in almost $35 trillion worth of debt as well. It's also a major financial burden. Right, you've done your homework. It's good. Um, yeah, it's really insane. Yeah, like millennials like me, there won't be a social security safety net. No matter how hard we worked or not, it won't be there. So, right. Um, yeah, it's pretty depressing. Without a doubt. Oh, yeah. But this isn't supposed to make Americans feel better necessarily, but China's screwed. Most nations in the world are screwed financially. So, because they have enormous debts they can't pay. And in China, they have ghost cities. They spent all this money building these ghost cities in China, and there's nobody there. They can't reproduce their population enough to pay for everything. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Um, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you want some music?